Jamie, let's start with you. Who is Caleb Sykes? Is he crazy? Who is he?
He's crazy. Caleb is the older brother of a family who are, I mean, probably the meanest, toughest people in this film, I'd say. Mm-hmm. They go through a journey with Ellen, and she, you know, we have a debt to score, you know, we really do, and a debt to settle rather. So yeah, we're gonna come and just ruin your life for a minute wherever we are. He's a very damaged kid and has grown up in a very sort of brutal home environment. Is kind of where I got to with him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Abby, you have said that this is both a beautiful story and a hard story. Why?
Mm-hmm. Because it's the truth of what happened as the United States was expanding west. Mm-hmm. Beautiful in the sense that it was a lot of people during that time were just trying to find a home, to have some freedom, to gain some independence. And yet in doing that, they were tearing away the homes of people who had been inhabiting it for a very long time. Mm. And so I find that it's not as clear as it just being this evil story. It is the truth of human resilience, of people trying to hold on to their home and people trying to find a home. And they're all led to this very desperate place, which becomes quite brutal. And yet because we're human, everyone has a heart.
Yeah, yeah. Caleb, there's a scene, Jamie, there's a scene with you as Caleb playing opposite Kevin Costner where you're going up a mountain, if you will, and the tension between the two. I don't want to give too much away, but describe that scene, what it was like.
Like a rubber band expanding and contracting. Mm. It really was. It's a very important moment for Kevin and Kevin's character. It's the introduction of Hayes, and it's where you get to see Caleb's mania, almost. What I love about that scene and what I love about working with Kevin is the subtlety in both the words and the power dynamic between those two characters, but then also the physicality as well. You know, just one character takes the foreground and all of a sudden the other's slightly higher in the background, and therefore, it's just constantly shifting, and that's what builds that tension, as well as us genuinely feeling that too. You know, we really did feel that. There were these real moments of electricity of like, oh yeah, come on, let's go. Like, this is it now. So how can I describe it other than it's tense, it's gnarly, it's gritty, it's real.
Unforgettable too.
Yes.
Abbey, who is Marigold? Describe this woman to us.
Marigold is, on paper in the film, Marigold is a sex worker who's living in a mining town and sees an atrocity that she then has to flee from the town, and she follows one man and to try and sort of get away and get free. And I think the sort of deeper answer to that is Marigold is a woman who is desperate to be free, who has full of passion and life and wants so much for herself, and yet she's not allowed to have it because the time, the era, the place says she's not allowed it. Women weren't given rights, women weren't given freedom, education, all of those things. So she's a woman who's not meant for that time. She was like supposed to be born now. And so I think it's quite beautiful in playing someone who's bursting to be free.
Yeah, I love that. For both of you, real quick, what was it like working with Kevin Costner on a project that he has been trying to get made since 1988? So this is a passion project. He's dumped a lot of money into it. What was it like knowing you're part of this now?
Exciting, life-affirming, heartwarming, fulfilling. Yeah, I've said this earlier, you know, it's like when you work with a director, there's a trickle-down effect, right? However that director is feeling affects everybody. And to have somebody who's so passionate about this, who loves it, affects all of us. It steps the game up. We always want to bring 100% of ourselves, but when you have somebody like that, you want to bring more.
Absolutely.
I think very simply, it's like this man who's put everything on the line to make this film, and you're there with him. He's chosen you to do it with him. You're like, come on, you know, like it gives you this like, you're like rooting for him, and that like bleeds into the work and like being there on set. So yeah.